Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today I want to talk about why I believe the Nikon 50mm f1.8S is the perfect lens for street photography. So what makes a really good street photography lens? And that's been a question I've been thinking about for a while. And to me, it has to do three things to be perfect, two of them to be usable. This one does two of them. And it's that it has to be able to take the photos discreetly. It needs to be kind of quiet, and focus quickly and things like that. It needs to be small and compact. This one is not. And it needs to have a wide aperture. And the reason I like a wide aperture is I like to shoot in dimmer light conditions so I can get my ISO under control or my shutter speed up to freeze moments like at sunset. You see me wandering around the city at night. Now, I also do long exposures, but that's not street photography. That's urban landscape. So that's a different animal entirely. But those three things are kind of the key parameters that make a lens like the perfect street photography lens. So why would you need these features? Well, street photography it's fleeting moments. It's time passing really right in front of you. It's about capturing life on the go. You want a big aperture because it'll give you subject isolation sometimes. Some people want to do shallow depth field, and that's value added. I don't shoot f1.8 a lot, but occasionally I do, and it helps. It does give you separation from the background, and like I said, the aforementioned low light performance. Not to mention, a lens of this size could be intimidating for some people. And for me, it's not too big a deal because I'm a big guy, but it's kind of obtrusive. It's large. People notice it, and some people just would be uncomfortable trying to do street photography with such large equipment. But it's to each his own personal opinion. So considering all these factors, that's why I think the Nikon 50mm f1.8 S series lens is the perfect street photography lens for 2025. It's just easy to use. It takes stunningly good photos. If you just watched my main X24 video, you can see the street photography-esque photos I captured with it there, and it speaks for itself. The lens is just incredible, and coupled with the Nikon ZF mirrorless camera, you just really can't go wrong. As far as a walk-around street lens, the beautiful thing about this system as well is the S lenses are weather sealed. So this can get out in the rain and it won't hurt it. You can't submerge it, of course, but it does have gasketed sealing surfaces, and it can resist rainfalls. So you can even get out in inclement weather with it. I mean, what more can you ask for? Well, I said all that about the fleeting moment thing and capturing it, with a fast aperture, and there's no fleets. As you can see behind me down this road. Of course, there's nobody here today, I guess because it's so cold. There's a few people out, but they're not doing anything. They're just either waiting on the bus or they're walking down the sidewalk, and that's it. There's no fleeting moments to capture. So you'll just have to take my word for it. Sorry about that. If I can catch something, I'll get you something, but I took a few urban landscape shots so far, but nothing that just stands out and grabs you, It's the way it works, I guess, sometimes. Oh, all right. So what are some of the benefits or pros and cons of a lens such as this? The obvious pros would be image quality. The S series glass from Nikon is far and above most other lenses out there. Maybe the aposummicrons from Leica are better. It's debatable to the eye and to the print quality of your printer. The lenses for the Z mount are lightweight. They typically have a lot more plastic in the construction than they do metal, which makes them a lot lighter for field use. Now their size is a con. They're larger. And if you take the lens hood off, it gets a lot smaller, but I like to have the lens hood on just to reduce image flaring, ghosting and things like that. Another con to this lens is its cost. For it to be a nifty 50, as people say, it's kind of expensive. Typically a 51.8 is like an entry-level lens to a camera company, and this one is like $500, $600 new. They're kind of pricey. I bought this one from, I think it was MPB. You know, this is not sponsored by them in any way, by the way. And I got it significantly cheaper. It was in like new condition, so I didn't pay new prices, but I got an essentially new lens. Now, another con to this lens is it's not backwards compatible. It won't work on F-mount cameras, and there is a bajillion F-mount Nikon cameras on the market. So, you know, if you're going to get into photography and you want to start with a DSLR from the teens, you know, the 2010 to 2020 era, and you're going to get an F-mount DSLR, this lens won't work. You'll have to get the lens that fit those cameras, and that would be the 51.8G or the 51.8 AF, which is the screw drive autofocus. And remember, not all DSLRs from Nikon will drive those screw drive focus lenses. The more budget-friendly ones don't address that. Back to this lens. Another, well, I guess you could call it a pro to the lens or benefit, is the speed at which it focuses. It's, in my opinion, instantaneous. It's shockingly fast, especially when you put it on the eye detect deal. If you've got just a person in the foreground, it will instantly latch onto the nearest eye and focus on it right now. It's shockingly fast. But that's, you know, that's just the way the new lenses are. Pretty much every manufacturer is going to do that, I'm assuming, with all their newest gear, because it's just getting better and better by the day. To give you my honest assessment of the Nikon 50mm f1.8s on the Nikon ZF camera, is it's a winner. You can't go wrong with this system. The Z mount lenses have proven themselves to be stunningly great performing lenses. The 50mm f1.8s is lightweight, it's laser sharp, it focuses instantaneously. I can't say anything more. That's my honest assessment. Let's go. So in closing, I would say that you need to pick a lens that fits your shooting style and budget, kind of like I have here. And, you know, something like this 51.8S is like, you know, it's lightweight, it's laser sharp, it's got super fast autofocus. The things that it does really well. You know, that's to me what the perfect street photography lens is one that does all the things you want it to do and does them really well. So with that, I appreciate you following along, and until next time, get your camera out and go take a picture with it. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.